How's it going, good people? For those of you who do not know, I go by the name of Jason. I'm a self-taught developer, and just like many beginners out there, I'm hoping to become a pioneer within this field. Now, today I wanted to engage those of you who are currently learning Laravel. Laravel is a PHP framework. I'm not sure if it's the most popular framework, but it probably is. But in any case, I've built a small little project here with that particular framework, and it's basically a concept where I'm hoping that, which I'm planning on building in the near future. But for now, I was just playing around with the concept, and this is what I wanted to show you guys today within this video. So if you do not know, I've mostly worked as an IT engineer for over I think close to 10 years now. And over that time or during that period, I've worked with quite a number of call logging systems or support logging systems, if I should call it that. And I wanted to try out one of my own. Like I said, it's a concept that I'm working on, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to build it within the near future. But I was playing around with this idea recently, and so basically, this is the landing page for now, which is the login to I call it the IT service management console, but yeah, it could be named whatever. But okay, this is the login form, and the first thing I wanted to do is log in as the admin. So what I'll do is show you what I've currently done. It'll take a while to log in, but yeah. So basically, this is the landing page if you're logged in as the admin. So the basic thing that I did here was on the dashboard side, you will see the number, you will see the calls that have been logged. You will see the number of active clients, users, and number of total requests that have been logged and those that have been completed. Here I'm just showing some basic information about the type of requests that have been logged. I have the support requests, queries, and general requests, But in any case, the first thing I would want to show you is that, oh, well, the one thing that I was going for was that I wanted to have something where um, uh, an IT company or whoever would want to engage with their clients on this particular platform. So if I were to show you here, or let me just use this shortcut. So basically, this is where you will see the number or your clients that have been registered on the system. I have a couple of test clients there, and then if you want to add a new client, I can click that button over there, and then it will take me to the page where I can add some information about a customer. So this is the form that I created. In fact, you can even try out one user. So let's use Jane Doe there, and then we can just give a company name, some company, and then obviously the enterprise type will be like private, industry, let's just say finance. We can just put in some fake, what you call it. Let me just choose John Doe there, and then we can just put in some. This is where you would add the address of the company or where the company is situated. And so, what else? And then the other thing was that I implemented a procedure where you can select certain packages. So if you have a list of services that you offer, there's an option to create them. I'll show you later. But then let's just say we select that service pack over there. And then let's just say also you do have a document or an SLA document that you and the client have signed up. And here is where you would attach that particular document. So if I were to select one, I'll just select, let me just select any document there for now. It's just a demo, by the way. So um, the other thing is that I'll need to also create a password for the user's account. So just to recap, this is where you would add the individual's name, Jane Doe, and their email address, password. This section here would be for the user account. This is the section where you would add the particulars of the company itself, and plus some alternative contacts if there are any. And then this would be the business address of the of where the company would be situated. Right. And so once you filled in all the information that is required to register this client on the system, including attaching that PDF or that SLA document, I'm just adding a demo document for now, and you can proceed to add a client. It's just taking a moment there to add the information. And then once the client has been successfully registered within the system, the other implementation that I did here was um, to send emails to the client to notify them to what you call it, to verify their account. So I used Mailtrap for testing, and then as you can see, that's the email that we got for our client. So now what the client needs to do on their side is then click this link to verify the account. It's just quickly loading up there. Once the client clicks on that verify account link, it'll take them to this section over here. Though it looks the same as the login form, I just here this is where you would enter a new password so that you can change the default one that has been submitted by the admin. So in here, what I'll do is just create a password. You know what? Let me just check something. I don't want to be okay. I thought as much. I got the caps lock on, but in any case, it's password three. All right, and then we then proceed to change the password. And then once it's done, it'll redirect us back to the login page. And then as you can see there, there's the notification that tells you password updated successfully. Please proceed to log in. So then now, since I've created an account as Jane Doe, I can then try to log in. So it's Jane, I think it was Jane at some, let me just verify. JD, it's JD. So it's JD at some company, and then hopefully I got that right. Mm, all right. So now since we've managed to log in, um, this would be the dashboard where the client would what you call it this is the landing page for the client. So on their side, the only thing they will see is the calls that they have logged in, they have logged on the system, and then the other thing they can do is if they want to send some information or some support request, we can go here to where it says request, send request, or create requests. And then this would be the login. I mean, this would be the form where the client can log a request or something like that. So, for example, they can say they're looking for maybe, say, let's just say support, and then it would be maybe, let's say, software related. The subject would be, let's say, issue sending emails, and then they can just give a description of what the problem is. Um, maybe something like um, please assist able to emails but can't send or send out, right? And then they have an option to attach a file if they do have a file, maybe that displays an error or something like that. But we'll just leave that for now. And then I can say click request or create request. And then once the request has been sent successfully, you'll get a notification there. Your request has been logged successfully, something like that. And then again, it does send an email if I'm not mistaken. There you have it. So as you can see there, it created a support request, and then just let it open up there. And then as you can see, it'll give details of what the client was requesting. So this is an email that would be sent to the admin. So as you can see, the issue sending emails, and then this would be the support, what you call it, generated this reference number, and it'll show you what the request type and all of that, and a description of what the client is what issue the client is having, along with whoever logged the call and so forth. So over here within the dashboards, the client can then see the call that they the call that they logged. And then as you can see there, we initially had zero calls for this particular client. These are these will be this is where it will display all the calls the client logged. So I need to recheck how I actually set up this, because now it's showing requests that are not supposed to be here. But in any case, once the client has logged the call, they can come back here and just view some details about the call itself. Let's just say this is a call that was logged for quite some time. They can come in here, and then they can check details of the call itself. So now here it's where you will see what you call it, updates regarding this particular case. If there aren't any updates, what the client can do here is send an email to support. For example, if let's say let me just do one and say today. So for example, that would be the message the client would send to admin if let's say this is a call that has been logged for quite some time and they are seeing no updates here. So once they do this, you can say request feedback, and then what this will do is send an email to the admin with all of the details regarding this case for some feedback. And then once it's went through successfully, you will get your notification there saying feedback request has been sent successfully. And then again, it does send an email. If we just check here, there it is. So we can click there, and then as the admin, you would just check and see what the email is. So as you can see, that's the message we typed in, and then the customer is asking for feedback regarding this particular case over here. And then the other thing I wanted to show you here on the client side is, let's say there is a call that you logged, and you probably want to see if there was any updates on it. So if you check one of them, let's just check this one. So as you can see, there are some updates done on this particular case, and then you can also see who was the user who did the updates and whatnot. And so basically, this is just so that if the customer wants to see if there was anything done on this particular request or case, they can basically see all of the updates here. So now, if we go, or the other thing is, I also implemented like a functionality where, say for example, you are providing the client with some support and you wanted to know the type of resources they have within their organization. You can register them here within this application, and then this will be the page where you view the client's resources or registered resources for this particular client. So currently this is a new user. There's nothing registered for them, but if I were to log in as a different user, we can come here to the login form. I'm just going to log in with the user who has let me just log out here. All right, so let me just show you one of the test users that I created. So this was a test user that I created. So if you check here within resources, all right, as you can see there, I added some basic information. So for example, let's say you installed a Netgear router at site, and this would be the serial number, the model number. I kept it basic. I didn't want to complicate it too much, but maybe let's say if you want to know some or have some idea as to what kind of equipment they have installed at site, you can register it here and just give some basic information as to what it's for. For example, this is an access point and it's for a pause area within that organization, serial number, model number, etc. What else? I think that's it for the client side. So if we go to the admin side, I'm gonna log in as an admin now. Okay, so now I'm logged in as the admin. So for example, as you saw on the previous page, um, for the administrator side or the admin side, we have basically the same type of view when we check the number, the particular request the client has logged. But the difference is that on our side, the only thing we can do here is add some an update. This doesn't send an email. All it does is just add an update here to this particular table over here. So I can just type in, let's say, some gibberish over there. I'll click update request, and as you can see, it added the update over there. So so basically, it's the same view, but difference is that we only add updates here, and then the other feature is that if let's say we have resolved this particular case, we can then go proceed and close it, and then this would be the page where you close this particular case if let's say you have resolved whatever issue they had. So again, I'm just going to type some gibberish there, and then close this the request. And then once we're done closing the request, it will redirect us to the dashboard side, and then it will tell you request successfully completed. So now, if you want to see all the completed requests, you can click over here, and then it's going to take us to a page where it displays all of the requests that have been completed. Now, if let's say, for example, someone else did the request and then you wanted to see some information regarding it, you can click over here where it says view, and then here on this side, what you will see is what the client originally logged as the issue, and then what the actual problem was, and then some information on what was done to resolve the issue. So that's basically it when it comes to maybe, let's say, completing a request or a case that the customer has logged. So let's go back to the dashboard. Okay, so the one other thing that I wanted to show you is that if you can check all these open cases, so as you can see, this case doesn't have any updates in what you call it, updates logged onto it. So if let's say I add an update, automatically what this will do is change these two statuses from open to action and what you call it, pending. So if I just update there, we have then now created an update for this particular request. It has logged it, and then those two the action state and the status has now changed. So this happens once you enter the first what you call it, update, and then all the other updates that you add after that, it will stay the same up until you close the case itself. Okay, so it. That's it regarding the requests that clients would log. The other thing that I added on here was as you can see, we can check here the what you call it, the clients that we have registered on the system. And then if you want to see more details about the client, you can click here, and then this is where it'll display the full information of the client. Now I kept it simple, I didn't want to complicate it, but as you can see there, you can check whatever service pack they are on, the date they were registered, and the basic service fee that you would charge them on a monthly basis. And then the rest is just information regarding the company itself, the user's account details, the client, what you call it, the company details, and the address, and so forth. And then if you want to download the what you call it, if you want to see the service level agreement document that you guys have signed, you can click and download it. And then what it will do is download the file itself, and then you can view it afterwards. And then, all right, so that will be the file there. And then the other thing is that, like I showed you, in the other, what you call it, in the other side, or on the other side, the client side, you can view the resources the client has currently registered on their system. And then currently there's two for this one. And then if you wanted to add more, there's a button here that I added where you can click there, and then this will be the form where you add information about it to a particular resource the client has at their site. So maybe let's say they bought a printer, you can just add information about that printer over here, and then add it onto the what you call it, onto the resource list. And this is just to make it easy to do support, for example, because sometimes you might not know, you might want to know some information regarding what type of resources they have on site, and maybe you want to prepare some replacements and what you call it, etc. I'm just gonna go back to the dashboard. I think that's all I needed to show you guys, if I'm not mistaken. I've already explained this. Oh, by the way, I also added some functionality where if you want to manage your profile, you can click that link over there, and then it will take you to the profile page where you can change your username, your usernames and credentials and passwords and so etc. And then I think that's about it, if I'm not mistaken. The last thing I would show you is the service management. So if you have other extra services that you want to add, you can basically click on this link over here, and then you can create a service. So basically, this would be the form where you would add a service. You create, you add the name there, and then maybe let's say you have depending on the number of users that you would, what you call it, depending on the number of users, you would say 10 to 1 to 10 users or something like that. Add a description over there along with pricing, etc. Just want to return to the dashboard. Yeah, so guys, that's basically it for the project. I know the video took quite a long time, but I just wanted to show you what I'll be building within this upcoming uh, series of videos. And but to give you a brief overview, you'll get to see how you can handle routes and views, email configuration and templating, some database management with migrations, and then also inserting records within the database that have relationships with each other, and some security with a little bit of middleware. So basically, that's the gist of it. And yeah, I mean, for those of you who are learning Laravel, you'll get to see some stuff. And yeah, I myself am also exploring the framework itself. So hopefully, I'll be proficient in building applications using this particular framework. So yeah, that's about it, guys. For those of you who haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed or if you liked what you've seen so far. And I'll be seeing you guys within the next video. Cheers for now.